Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Wayne. In this video, we're talking about why you shouldn't let negative thoughts fester inside your head. If that sounds like you, this video might be right up your alley. Ready to go? Let's get it. Negative thoughts will destroy the way you think in a positive manner and a productive manner. If you don't believe me, think about the last time you saw somebody who was so frustrated they couldn't make sense of A to B or heads and tails. I'm sure you've seen it, and if you have, put your comments below. How does this relate to alcoholism and addiction? Well, I'm going to tell you how, folks, and you might be surprised at how much we fit inside of this glove. No, not glove. Inside of this box. Alcoholics and addicts have an ability to victimize themselves and an ability to make everything kind of spiral out of control in our heads. Because I know for me, that's exactly what I did for 23 plus years. Every stressful situation, folks, I ended up spinning the worst case scenario in my mind, and I let that determine the outcome of what was happening. Does that sound familiar to you? If so, you already know what to do. Check it out. The reason I ask for you to put comments right there is because somebody watching these videos, yeah, people are watching. Somebody watching these videos is going to get something from what you've experienced and what you have to say. Going back to downward spiraling, right? And this is where resilience plays a factor in not only the things we do, but the outcome of what we're doing. As an alcoholic, like I said, I have the ability to spin that worst case scenario and let it determine what's going to happen. If I take the time to get the negative thoughts out of my head every single morning, now that's exactly what I do, folks. Some folks wake up in the morning and they have a cup of coffee. Some folks wake up and, in my case, sometimes I go right to a workout. And some folks wake up and they do nothing and they murmur about what's going on about their day already because they know how it's going to go. Other people, where was I going with that thought? Now, see what I mean? Sometimes you get a little lost in your head. And as a recovering alcoholic, I get lost in my head a lot. And that's why getting negative feelings out of your head and negative thoughts will not only allow you, and I've said this in videos before, will not only allow you to, be able to visualize it and be able to say, well, that doesn't make total sense. That probably won't happen at all. And that right there, yeah, I don't even know why that's there, but it was in your head, right? It was making you, or rather controlling the way you felt about something already. And that event hasn't even happened yet. And a lot of us are guilty of that. And I know I am. So it's important for me to get those negative feelings and thoughts out onto paper or just out into the universe to find out if what I'm actually thinking is true or not. And that goes into resilience, folks. Resilience is an important set of skills because it's a plethora of skills. In order for an alcoholic like me to be able to navigate my everyday life in conjunction with the program I work in order to stay sober in my recovery. I don't know what program you guys are working. If you feel like dropping a comment below to tell me how you stay sober and to tell us what keeps you from grabbing that drink or drug, I'm telling you, someone else is going to benefit monumentally from what you have to say. Back to negative feelings and thoughts, right? Many of us alcoholics and addicts, and this is a generalization, and tell me if I'm wrong, because sometimes I am. We have an ability, I already said ability a bunch. We have a tendency to have such negative thoughts that it leads to negative consequences. And what I mean from that is I know myself, I've thought about committing suicide, and I've actually gone through the actions of trying to do it. Well, thankfully, that didn't work. And I found a different way to cope with what was happening in my life. But a lot of us have these negative thoughts, and instead of putting it out into the universe or putting it onto paper, we harbor those in our minds. And like I said, not only does it drive the outcome of how your day is going to go, it affects you on an emotional level to an extent that you may be having thoughts of hurting yourself or thoughts of hurting someone else. Now, granted, I'm not talking about that jerk just cut me off, therefore I hope that they slam into a curb. No, I am talking about those negative thoughts driving you to such a place emotionally that you don't know how to deal with it, but the worst case scenario. If that's the case for you, please, there is a suicide hotline below, and there are a plethora of other resources that you can utilize in order to grab onto somebody who can understand and give you some support. Because if you need it, folks, not only am I here, but I know a million other people around the globe are willing to stick out and put their hand out for you. Make sense? Look, don't let negative feelings drive your day, and don't let negative thoughts determine the outcome of what's going to happen through your day. Let yourself purge those negative thoughts, have some positive energy come in, be a little optimistic, and have a better day, folks. Life is a garden, and guess what? I didn't forget about any of you. So feel free to hit me up and dig it. Guess what? I'm going to see you in the next one. Like the shirt. Have a good day.